is now behind the box in the middle, waiting for the right time. I think he heard Scream running back, so that's some information to work with. Look at Olofmeister. He actually spots a guy in the main, but he's on essentially a spy mission here. He's infiltrated the lineup, he's walking back, he expects to find Scream, but he's run all the way over the forklift. Now Olof just going to continue to look into the B bomb side. Dennis and Twist waiting on the other side. This could be cutting it close, down to 30 seconds. If they don't win this fight immediately, they might run out of time. It's right on the edge here for Fnatic, and RPK and Smith holding a crossfire angle here. 20 seconds left. They need to get that bomb in. It's cutting it really close now. Twist has the bomb right across. They walk in front as the bomb dropped, and now 14 seconds. RPK, they have to go and check for him, and Olofmeister hero round for him, picking up RPK, and that's going to allow the bomb plant.
No grenades. They have no grenades for the retake this time around, G2. This is actually atrocious. The fact that RPK gets nothing out of that situation. Smith did his job. He got that one kill. But they had all the information. It's amazing that Smith even picks up the one kill, given the fact that where else are they going to be if they're defending B site, apart from Checkers or B halls? Apart from Checkers, because you have two guys in B halls. I don't know how this round actually plays out this one.
Scream is walking up right behind Scream, and that pretty much seals the deal. Now Shox is saying, wait a minute, I can try and clutch this anyway. This is slight madness coming out of Shox, I have to say. The bomb is actually not planted openly for them, so they sort of have to go twice, but he doesn't have a defuse kit, and they're right on top of him. Dennis strafe peek him down, and that'll be a triple kill for Dennis. Everyone goes up with a bomb as we go into the 15th round. 8-6 is the scoreline here. I think G2 are fine with getting even 6 rounds. I think they could be just fine with that.
I mean, it's not like it was a stomp from Fnatic, right? For example, if it was a stomp kind of half, we'd be saying, okay, 10-5 Fnatic, 11-4 Fnatic, then you seriously lost the half. 9-6 is still a workable number if you're G2. So it's not over. But again, that's going to come down to how coordinated your T side is if you're G2. Fnatic, if they're relying solely on aim, CT side can get pretty comfortable if you're just holding angles. So this is still a very even match between both of these teams. We're in the 15th round, last round of this first half. 8-6 lead for Fnatic, and they're looking to make it to 9. And Scream with the counter boost.
Yeah, but this is madness. They heard them running in main. Disco Doppelheim was boosted up there. He heard them running underneath him, and they made the call. You could tell on the new map. They knew Fnatic. Wait a minute. They're pushing aggressive. Let's just all go B. What a great call coming out of the Swedish side. That was very intelligent. Now, Scream, he gets a kill. He almost should have continued because now he's very low on health, but still, it's a 3-on-4 here, and the bomb is down.
Dennis holding close checkered, though. And it's going to be up to Shoxy now to check this angle. He does. There's the first shot. Nicely done there by Shoxy. That's going to open it up. Crims and Twist last two alive here for Fnatic. Holding on to the side. Crims again delivering more and more headshots. Twist going for the tap, but Crims is still alive. All he has to do is play for time. There is no kid. Mid-air shot. Obliterate Shoxy. And then the finish. Crims is a beautiful beast. What is that? 14 kills at the end for him. This is almost like a glimmer of the OG Crims. The old monster Crims.
It's him and Olofmeister. It's the duo. They used to be so deadly. Very impressive. That's 9-6. Moving into the second half, obviously, I mean, it's an uphill battle with G2, but I actually think the problem is, if it is true, if we accept the idea that Fnatic are lacking in preparation coming into this, that they're not sort of quite a team and they're just looking for more of the individual play, that usually shows more on the CT side, and it does so because while, yeah, sure, if you can win all of your first duels on the CT side, then great, but as soon as you lose a player, you have to make you have to sort of answer back with something. You have to make a rotation, you have to make a, an adventurous play, you have to go and find information, you have to respond in some way once you've lost the first fight, and it's very hard to do that if you don't have the preparation. Here we see a bit of a matchup between Olof and Shox, and I mean, the ADRs they're alright, but they're not through the roof. Obviously these two players did a lot to get to this point.
Yeah, but I mean, Shoxy had that phenomenal first, the first couple of rounds, basically. The pistol clutch where he got 4 kills, he got 3 kills in the follow-up. So, I mean, he got most of his kills right there within the first 2 rounds of the entire half. And then he kind of just was able to chime in here and there after that. Olofmeister felt just a little bit more consistent across the board. But I think the big difference here is the fact that Olof, man, he's got Crims there to back him up. Twist is in double digits as well with 11. I mean, it's Body and Smiths. And RPK, it's actually a fair spread. Is like, as far as the kills are concerned right now, Shoxy, his teammates aren't too far behind. I think it's like the key player Scream who kind of needs to step up now. Yeah, going into T side.
I actually think that's a good reason to believe that G2 could do a lot on the second half here, is because nobody is really that far behind. They're all working quite well now. They just need to win this pistol round, and then they should be on the way. Crims with a pretty forward position, but the player that I'm most worried about on this team for Fnatic is Dennis. He's such a beast with the pistols. We've seen it time and time again. So if anyone's going to be on the camera, it's going to be him. He's trying to click away, but no, he gets taken out. And what great timing. Look at that. G2, every single Fnatic player had to worry about at least one angle and maybe more, or at least two or maybe more than that. They were just rushing in from every spot you possibly could there. Timing couldn't be better.
That's actually a really rare strategy. How often do we see them go rushing squeak door with 4 players like that?
Yeah.
Actually, that's not something you see every day at all. Much more likely to see them come through A main, which is why Crimson Dennis set up there with the crossfire. Usually teams, if they're hitting that A site, they're just going to go charging through. But running through the choke point, Fnatic get completely caught off guard.
Timing was so good. Now, G2 did win the pistol on the first half thanks to that ridiculous clutch from Shox, but they got it stolen away in the second round, and that obviously cannot happen again. They need to continue to win. When they were on the CT side, G2, the most they won is 2 rounds in a row. Then they just won single rounds. So they had one time where they won 2 rounds in a row. They need to build together like a really big string of rounds here where they just have a nice economy going forward and everything is working out. And already they're taking a bit of damage, but good grenades coming in. RPK burns to Scream's Molotov. What a way to go.
Wow, Shoxy catches the rotation. I mean, what's fascinating about this match in particular is that we're talking about 2 teams that just experienced a fall from grace. We're talking about 2 of some of the most dominant players, rosters, to have played this game, and at least G2. In G2's case, right, it was when Shoxy and Scream were insane during the summer, where they were just mauling everybody, and then they got robbed at Cologne in the major. The last major, they were the group of death, and they lost to Fnatic as well. So, I mean, it was a painful experience for G2. We never really saw them take off after that. It felt like that major was their time to shine, where they could have won that major, and they wound up in the worst possible group and just barely didn't make it out. And ever since, really, it's been the fall off, the decline from G2. And the same for Fnatic, right? Ever since Olafmeister and his injury, it feels like the team has just been struggling to post results. Nothing like what we used to see. I mean, we're talking about a brand, at least Fnatic, that was the most dominant brand in CSGO history, period.
Yeah, the string of tournaments they won when things were going well was obviously unmatched, especially given the level of competition at that point in time was just ridiculous. But we're at 9-8. This is a completely open game. Anyone could win this right now. The money not there for Fnatic, that's to be expected. We'll see how it goes. And G2, they know it, so they haven't really bought nearly anything. They're just keeping on to the submachine guns here to try and make the bonus money if they can. $600 per kill. Twist tries for an early deagle shot, falls back to the secondary corner, but he's got the information that people are out there, and that's a good start.
Yeah, this is going to be that B hit. They're making use of some nades here so far to clear out checkers, but Twist is still alive at headshot with the dig. This is pretty much a perfect spot. Just ask Nico. And there you go. That's why. 1, 2, going for the spray. There's another. He gets 2 kills. This is unbelievable.
They need to get close and take him down. Dennis from on high gets a kill, and Twist is still alive back here. 41 health. He's finally going to get shot down. Scream landing 2 headshots with the Galil. And that leaves Disco Dublin 1 versus 2, and he gets the body tank in on screen, but it will be a triple kill here for the Belgian player, and that will be 9-9 scoreline tied up. You thought for a second, didn't you, Semler? Yeah? I thought for a second that this was going to be the steal again.
The Nico ace all over again. This is from this exact position. Nico, one of the best Deagle players in the world, basically. Yes. Got that legendary ace. Now, well, Twist wasn't quite able to make it happen, but still, they did make it quite a bit more expensive for G2 than G2 would have liked. Good kills in that eco round, and Fnatic now, they get the buy. Full rifles, nobody going for the AWP. Olafmeister, no op for him. That's interesting. Dennis also capable of opping, doesn't want to go for it. Twist. They have such depth to these rosters, yes, right? Where it's just like everybody can do everything. But it seems like it's just going to be rifles across the board, apart from Shoxy, who's got the UMP. But which might as well be a rifle, and which gives you more money, and which doesn't cost as much as a rifle. I mean, why not?
Imagine if Scream had missed the pipe then and just fallen into the fire. They will take a bit of damage. Just the pace is on here and just running right into it. But they've got full mid control at the moment. I'm not sure what's going to happen to Olaf if they actually go into checkered right now. They have a Molotov left on Smiths. This could be... Oh, he's going to pop it into the B-bomb side instead. That's a shame, because now Olaf's position could be quite good. He's waiting patiently back here, flashes out. Olaf going to transfer right on, drops the bomb as well, goes for a third spray, wants to get the AK to continue, but they're going to shut him down.
Timing, but he did drop the bomb and did the smoke, lines it up on RPK. Smith's trying to get across, and he's just barely going to manage it. Both players now, no grenades, bomb planted, Shox is upgraded from the UMP to the M4. But there's a single flash grenade here for Disco Doppelin that's pretty much worth its weight in gold at this point. Smith's gonna take the risk, goes for the peek, gets annihilated, and it's all on Shoxy now, 1v3, but we've seen him do this already. Not this time, however, Disco will find the kill. Just goes dancing onto the site and gets that defuse.
Very good sign for Fnatic early on. You know, they lost the pistol, they lost the next 2 rounds. Like, when you suddenly sort of end up losing 3 rounds in a row, it can be a bit uncomfortable, but suddenly they bring it right back. They get the rifles, as you pointed out, no AWP or anything, they just make it work.
Double digits now for Fnatic.
Alright, watching the Major with his cat, who's obviously not watching, you can tell by the fact that its head is sort of facing the wrong way.
Do, you know?
It is, I've heard rumors.
Do pugs do that? You know, pugs actually can't get on top of the desk, so I guess you don't really have to worry about that too much.
No, but they will generally sort of try and push you around until you pick them up. So you know, they get their way most of the time anyway. They know what's up. Bit of a spray coming through, that smoke going up, and more mid-control here for G2. This is something that I don't like seeing out of Fnatic. If you have to give up mid-control, at least let them fight for it, at least let them spend a bit of time, and look at it, in a minute and 20, and G2 have mid-control already, and Fnatic are not even really aware of it yet. That could get very bad later on. If this keeps being a trend or sort of a feature of the Fnatic defense, I'm not a big fan of it. Oh, and Olaf trying a big risk there.
Twist? No. Playing it safe. Not the best position. I guess if he has Disco there to support him, Twist, it isn't too horrible if Disco's first contact.
I hate that position of the first box. I really hate it. I don't mind where Twist is standing now, but for that first box into the bomb side, right on the left, it's the worst for me. I can't stand him if
you know who shouldn't get caught by it though? RPK, because that was his favorite position. He used to play that like every time he'd play first box. And so, well, we'll see. Scream's into checkered now. And so Twist looking for a repeat. Gonna get the flick? Yes, he does. What is this? Drop Scream. Great burst control there from Twist. He's looking for more, but he's not going to find it. Body is there to trade the kill. And a man advantage for G2 going onto the B site with the bomb.
Look at Dennis. He's still in A. He's not even doing anything just yet. Is he confused about whether or not it actually is a B push? I mean, now the bomb goes down, and it seems like they just give it up and said, all right, we're not going to try and fight this. They don't have any grenades, so maybe it's reasonable. But it's a bit of a shame because that brings G2 right back in the game. And they only had to get... It's going to tie up the scoreline at 10-10. This has been a crazy game. Just right from the beginning. It started with a clutch from Shox and a quad kill for him in the pistol round, and then it just never let off. They just kept going from there on out.
But this is the reset. This is a hard reset, in fact. For Fnatic, this is where it gets kind of grim because you need to save these 3 rifles, and I think that's why. Otherwise, they're not doing anything in the next round, and G2 are able to pick up steam and start rolling. Now, because of these 3 players, Dennis has enough to drop an M4 for somebody, and so that's very important. Some additional firepower there. He's going to be able to go for a smoke as well. Yep, perfect. And so they do actually get a reasonable buy. They're tied at 10-10 now, but it's a much better buy for Fnatic than if they had tried to go for it. Maybe survive with 1 rifle or none, and then you're just ecoing hard versus G2. G2, their money is actually starting to come together pretty nicely here. If they can make a solid round, it's going to get pretty tricky for Fnatic to maintain a hold on the situation.
Yes, it'd be tough for the Swedish team if they lose this upcoming one. Their bank is essentially gone, so we'll see how well they do.
Parkour.
Yeah, I like it, and this is a fun position for Crims to be in. If people walk really close, it can be hard to see them, but if they're walking back up against the wall like RPK is here, you can definitely see the top of someone's head.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's got the AK as well, so it's a perfect position for him, in fact, for Crims.
You see the slight twitch there from Crims, not exactly excited about what's happening. They're out of money, and they were just 1 round down. It's not the end of the world, but just fell back from that fight immediately. That's actually something that I think Scream sort of an older version of Scream wouldn't have done. You know, even when he was at his prime, he had sort of a tendency to take fights that he didn't need to, even though he would win them, you know, a lot. It isn't worth it. So as soon as he falls back from that fight, it's just almost impossible for Fnatic to do anything. So I like seeing Scream playing intelligently, because we know he's got the aim for it. That's never been his problem, right? It's making those decisions that say, well, you know, I'm probably 80% chance I'll win this fight, but it's pretty much 100% if I don't take it, and we just keep playing, you know, 5 versus 3. That's even better.
Yeah, it's man in question right there on your screen. That was a tactical timeout used by Fnatic, the first one that they have. 4 30-second timeouts they get to use throughout the map, and so Fnatic have decided there's the one, and they used to be legendary for this as well, but mainly it's, I think, so that Jumpy can actually have a say in what's going on. He's their coach. He's been with them for quite some time now. Back in August, he joined the roster, and so, I mean, he wanted to have a bit of a talk, but it doesn't matter if Shox is going to bulldoze Olafmeister. Dennis gets the drop, but then Scream is there to trade. Good spacing here from G2 with this rush onto the A site, and Crim's not going to make the difference, and he, I think, was the linchpin where maybe it could have turned around. Instead, it's just Scream getting headshot after headshot.
Oh, nice shot from Twist here. Still a 1v2. There is body armor on Twist, which is actually pretty important in this 1v2. I say go for it. You've got the deagle. Now is the time to come up with something big. If you can win this round, then Fnatic actually, I think even mentally, can get back in the game, but it's going to be tough. They're both hiding behind here. He's going to have to spend so much time looking for them now. He's getting ever closer, and he doesn't have a kit, so he really just has to run and gun with his deagle. They're right around the corner. There's the one edge shot, but he can't expect the second player to be there. And that was the trap. RPK will take him down. 14-10 as the French are now well in the lead. And RPK's overtaking Shoxy on the top of the board. He's got 24 kills. It's the return of the sources.
But what I'm glad to see is Scream. Like, that is sick. That he had a bit of a slow start. There wasn't too much action for him, unfortunately, or he was going into retake scenarios in that in the first half. Now that it's on T side, he's got that AK default. Great. Everything working out perfectly for him. And the money is fantastic for G2 here as well. Here, 14-10. G2 looking very good to take this whole thing, but Fnatic now, after that round, they're going for the buy, and it's a double AWP setup here for Fnatic. Disco Doppelin and Olafmeister. Have to see if they're going to make it work. Now they've actually changed it up. Look at this, 4 players in mid here for Fnatic. They said enough is enough, G2. We're going to put up a fight here.
Oh, they actually trade places. Oh no! Nice shot from Twist, continuing the spray. Even as Scream is mid-air, but they lose the one up there. Disco Doppelin going down. So after all of that confusion, it's still a 3-on-3. Shark, Smiths, and RPK, can they bring it back? If they do now, certainly they will win the map. Fnatic, they are not out of it yet, and they're not going to give up. And Twist, look at that. He's actually moving up all the way almost into T-spawn right now. He's inadvertently, he doesn't know this, but he's actually letting them into the B-bomb side. What a chaotic round this is going to turn into.
Such a shame for Twist that he wasn't able to get more out of vents, considering G2 made an elementary mistake. They did not Molotov vents. Twist could have completely ruined them. Instead, now, he's playing the long con. Smith is going to see this coming. He's in the perfect spot. And Twist, of course, is not going to make a single noise. He's going to get the drop on Smiths here unless he decides to check back. No, doesn't check his back. Smiths with the free kill.
I think at one point both those players were peeked out with their backs to each other. I think actually Twist was checking Toxic. What a shame, because if you got that kill, it would have been a 2-2. But now Crim's just looking for maybe a chance here. Going to walk right into Smith, picking up a